When we're working with radical expressions, it's often easier to simplify the expressions first before we deal with them. Now, we can only deal with radicals that are compatible, okay, and we can only do inside and inside, outside and outside. So we cannot do anything with this 3 on the outside and anything on the inside. So those cannot go together. Okay, so what we can do is we can look at this and simplify. There's a common factor of root 5 here. So I'm going to simplify that common factor of root 5. I get root 25 minus 3, root 4, and that's all over root 2. And it's easiest to work out the roots first before we do anything else. So root 25, that's going to become 5 minus 3 times root 4 is 2. And that's all over root 2. And so at this point, I can just evaluate this. This is going to be 5 minus 6. So I end up with negative 1 over root 2. Okay, so at this point, I need to rationalize my denominator. So I'm going to multiply the bottom and the top by root 2. Okay, I have to keep my fraction balanced. So I get negative root 2 over 2. And that's my rationalized expression. In this case here, it may be easier to get a common denominator first and then simplify afterwards. So in this case here, I can multiply this fraction on the right-hand side. Is missing a times 2 on the bottom. So I can do a times 2 on the top. And so when I end up with a common denominator, I end up with 3 minus 2 on top, 2 cube root 3x on bottom. This becomes 1 on top, 2 cube root 3x on bottom. Now, when we are rationalizing a cube, we need perfect cubes. So first of all, I need to have a cube index. And the perfect cube that goes with 3 is 27. So I need a 9 times 3 to give me my 27. To get it x cubed, I need to multiply by x squared. And so there's the term that I need to multiply by to rationalize that denominator. And I need to do exactly the same on top. So as I do that, I can work this out. I'm going to end up with the cube root of 9x squared. In the denominator, I get 2. And I'm going to end up with the cube root, and we can kind of skip this step, but I'm going to end up with a cube root of 27x cubed. Okay, well that is a perfect cube, so I can simplify that. I can simplify that to the cube root on top, 9x squared, and 2 times 3x on the bottom. Okay, so my final answer then is going to be the cube root of 9x squared over 6x, and that's going to be the denominators rationalized, so we're all good.